I am Katana. I normally read tarot, but I am actually not just a tarot reader. I'm a spiritual advisor, medicine woman, shaman, and many, many more things. And I have my really good friend here, Patty.
Hello.
Would you introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello. My name is Patty, and I'm also a spiritual worker, and I'm collaborating with Katana today. So we are going to have a fun chat.
Yes. What we're talking about today is the poor me and the victim mentality of not understanding words that we speak, and not understanding contracts that we get ourselves into to get us in this state. What the universe has been showing to me is to talk more about how do we get out of this poor state. Patty, do you have thoughts on this?
Definitely the thoughts that we start creating in our mind, that really takes us over. And then the fear comes in next, too.
Yes, because fear can be debilitating, right? It can stop you in your tracks.
Yeah, and sometimes we don't know where this fear comes from, or it's just we see these two roads. We're not really seeing the clear road. We just see tons of things, but we also need to understand on a global level that we should clear, say, all energies that don't belong to me must leave now. You're in charge.
Yeah, because that's holding your power, and that's not being a victim when you hold your power. When you take over your own power, you're no longer a victim. But if you are letting circumstances of all kinds take over your mind, and one thing that we was brought to this earth to govern over is the mind.
The mind runs all day, all night. And if you're the type of person that understands what the monkey mind is, that's our mind. You have the reptilian mind, that's, the fight or flight mind, the reptilian mind that tries to limit you, of thinking that you're not the greatest. You also have your parents or whoever you've grown up with that has this type of communication with you. You should really look in yourself. But unfortunately, as we're younger, we don't look at that. We want to go out blazing. Right?
Well, and some of us don't even know to look at that. Like a lot of people that I work with have no idea to even realize that those things are. So what is the monkey mind, Patty?
As far as I've been doing research, and I've been looking at a lot of different modalities, like the Vedics, people that channel, people that do YouTubes, they talk about this. And the time is 3:11 right now, which is 5, and can figure out what that means in angel numbers. What does number 5 mean? The monkey mind is when you constantly have these thoughts. Things are going. Things are, but it's not really you. It's not you. You're not thinking about that. It's just things that are constantly going. It's almost like somebody just turned on the tape recorder and you're listening to it all day long, but you're not really, controlling it.
Is that where a lot of people get overwhelmed? It makes sense. It makes sense because a lot of people are so overwhelmed, and especially now in these times right now, because we're supposed to govern our mind more now to be able to break free of the old programs.
And it's good that we're talking about this, breaking free and programs. You know, when somebody says you should break free, people are like, but I am free. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Why do I have to be free? Well, to break free is actually allowing yourself to believe that you are magnificent, that you have gifts within yourself, and that you're also a creator, and that you can go forth and create things, imagine things that you can do, and move your life around. There's nobody says that you have to work for a corporate job, you know, and get the life sucked out of you, and you really, really want to go and take a vacation, but you don't have the time, and you don't have the money.
Or the money.
But we're here to experience and to play in this area.
And that's where we enslave ourselves in that victim role, because we get stuck in, I can't afford, I can't, I don't have time. We had the books I've been reading lately, How to Become a Millionaire, he has taught me one thing. There's 24 hours in a day, right? And the only way that you don't have time is you telling yourself there's no time. Because in 24 hours, you can do a lot. You can even rest in 24 hours. But if we keep setting the mind, because the mind's always, is always listening. And it's always willing to, throw whatever you're asking to you. Mm-hmm. So if you're saying all the time, I don't have time, then there will be no time for anything. And you'll be at the end of your life regretting the things you didn't do. And I know this because my grandmother, I was told at the end of her time period on this earth, and that can change too. You don't have to accept growing old. You don't have to accept dying. It's all in the mindset of where you're going. But the thing is, she told my sister she wished she would have done this. She wished she had time for this. But as Patty's telling us, and I agree, we all are creators, that we're only creating that we don't have time.
And I hear daily, because I'm talking to clients all the time, I'm constantly talking about these issues, and the majority of what I hear is, I'm too busy. My life's always a mess. There's a never-ending problem. Things like this,
We create the problem. Say it again, Patty.
We need to say, stop. Stop for a minute. Let me do research on myself. Let me learn more things about myself. Let me see why this is a problem for myself. This is the point. We're doing this so the self realizes itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we took journeys for ourselves, right? And it's not just a 15-minute journey.
Yeah.
It's an everyday journey into the self, to expand and understand how amazing and, like she said, magnificent that you really are. Mm-hmm. And how much power you actually hold. Do you realize how much power you hold?
And it can go one way or the other, right? Mm-hmm. Just like we have the yin and the yang. So think about which way you want to go. Do you want to go the right way? Do you want to go the dangerous way? You know what you want to do. People are very accountable for what they do, especially when you're older. You know what's good and what's bad.
I've drove around Denver and with $2 in my hands, and I always tell them, I don't have $2 right now. I've been using my debit and credit card, but like I have $2, and so imagine these as dollars. So what I do, I tell the people, you have a choice. This is your pillars to the self, to the creator, which is you. So you can take this road, which is hard, or you can take the easy road. But what happens, either road that you take, you're coming back to here, right here. You're coming right here. So you can take the hard road to the self and take the longest journey you're ever going to get. And difficult, right?
It's going to loop. Yeah. And what I suggest, please do not ever wear that infinity sign on your body. Because you become...
Oh, man.
There's no... infinity.
Continuous loops, right? People don't realize when they're getting it tattooed on them.
You know why people do tattoos? I'm going to explain to you what I found out about tattoos. People do tattoos because in their past lives, there has been a trauma there in their body. And the tattoo represents a symbol and an area. And the tattoo is put there because they carry that proudly, because they've saved a lot of people, but they got hurt in that area. So that is an honor symbol for that soul, to show that.
That makes sense, because the tattoo that I have on the side is an medicine man with an eagle, and finding out in my past life I was a medicine woman, and I was on the Trail of Tears, and they slaughtered the people they starved them to death, and then in the end they slaughtered as many as they wanted to. And in that past life there was things I did to try to assist my people, but as a healer I decided that I needed to be punished for taking people's lives. So when we do things in our past lives and we govern a thought that we should be punished in our next time, or to learn the lessons not to do that, and we come here and we're all excited to take care of that life, and then we get on earth and we're born, and then somebody comes up and goes, go, 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 go. Starts talking a whole different language to you, right?
Yeah.
And then we go through life, our parents, as they not know what they do wrong. That has been proven today with Chris. He not know what he did wrong in the contracts that he made with somebody. So the thing is, you cannot put blame on anything. It's more understanding of the choices that you made. Because I put Patty into my life before I got here, and I wrote the contracts for everything that was going to happen to me. We can change this.
And don't forget, you put and brought in an Arcturian starseed.
Yes. Yes, I
So it's
did.
good to learn also, are we Pleiadian? Are we Arcturian? But basically it's where your soul first was born as within something. And
Yeah, 'cause this is only a vessel.
yeah, it's okay.
And what she's talking about is a whole, yeah, where did that soul come from?
We'll explain more, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. And we want you to grow for yourself, because the world is not at war. We are. We're the ones that are. What's happening inside of us is what's happening on the outside.
And that's why we also have other humans that can be, let's say, they can be controlled. So if everybody was peaceful and no one had greed, we would all be different. But the greed, the energy of the greed rules us also. That is in the monkey mind, you know.
Yeah, as we, as it came across today, we seen greed come straight out from a monkey mind. And because I was writing out my thoughts for what we was going to talk about today, and the universe made sure I got the message, what we was going to talk about today, because it came knocking at the door. Greed came knocking at the door, and it's to be greedy. It's not to. It doesn't help you, because there's laws in the universe that are natural laws. They're put into place to assist you to have a better life. But when we get in that greed mode or that non-sharing mode, we do not feel as good as we would if we was sharing. There was something I was watching last night about somebody like coming in and sharing a story of great humanity with somebody, and that person enjoying that and then taking that, and their cells start healing their body. And then if other people hear around them that story, they intake that happiness, and happiness brings healing to the body.
Happiness, laughing, enjoying yourself is huge, because you are walking that mountain up. Finally, you're going up. It's a very successful. Listen. You have people that want loved ones. They don't have somebody. They want to have a relationship with somebody. They can't find a good person. That's a big problem. People that are working too hard, they don't have time, they have kids, normal stuff. They got this, they got that, but you know what? That's not 24/7. There's got to be a moment that you can actually have quiet for yourself. That's why now we're pushing the yoga movement. Try yoga, because the yoga quiets you. You're going to go there for a half hour and do something for yourself. And you're also going to meet friends. You're going to meet people, like, you're going to do it for you. There's many different win-wins for you.
Mm-hmm. And to understand that it takes you to start this walk to yourself.
Yeah. And that's great. That's something that should be cherished. It's something that it should be number one on the priority list. I'm sure if you guys have any questions, please leave comments below what you're experiencing. Share and like.
Yes, please do, because we appreciate feedback. We appreciate the knowledge, and how can we assist with your health, with the mindset. There's so many people that have depression, anxiety, stress, and we want to assist as the people that we are, and we are brought here for. And I appreciate you very much. Like and subscribe so we can have more chats like this, and there's many more healers that are coming to talk. So we appreciate you. Bye.